Welcome back everyone, my name's Static and today we're going to be playing some more Minecraft Survival. Last episode we did create this skeleton spawner, which by looking at my XP bar you can see it's been working really well for me, up to 50 levels already. And I did, since the last episode, give it a little bit of a facelift. So I actually really like the way that the walls are looking at the moment. Just some polished diorite and polished andesite, and then a little bit of polished diorite in the corners. I think that looks really cool, almost looks like cubes in the corner there. I added the pillar, as I said I was going to do, and I've used a couple of different blocks just to give it a bit of variation, and I think that looks really cool. It looks like the spawners hanging off the roof. You can see at the moment I've got the pad lit up with torches, which of course that's just so that you can see the pad at the moment. I do want to replace that with toggleable lighting at some point, and there's some other upgrades that I want to make to the skeleton spawner as well, but I do need slime for those, as I mentioned in the last episode. And I did add a hopper under the carpet here, just so that for now we can collect the items. And I've been collecting quite a few items from the farm, as you can see. Got the chests all organized, lots of arrows, lots of bones, even starting to get some armor going as well. I want to get a full set of chainmail armor as well. I think that would be really cool. It's something I want to collect. So yeah, the skeleton farm is coming along nicely. It's still not 100% finished, but it does what I need it to do for now. We've got some XP for doing enchantments. I've been watching it for a while as well, and I've noticed a couple of spots where it's not as efficient as it could be. So like down here, sometimes you get these skeletons getting stuck in this point, because one of them will fall into the water stream, but it's still high enough to bump into the other skeletons trying to make it into that center water stream, and that does cause a bit of a jam here. So to fix that, I'm actually going to raise these side water streams up by 1 block. So there's a 2-block drop into this center stream here, and that should fix the jams there. You can see some dirt here. I've made myself a little bit of a viewing window, so that I can see down here, see if the skeletons get stuck. And they are occasionally getting stuck here as well. But when a skeleton comes down this stream and bumps into those skeletons, it does push them into the stream. So that was something that I had been trying to avoid with this design. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to avoid that, but it still works well enough for my purposes. But yeah, as I say, I've got some ideas to upgrade the skeleton farm, but to do that, we do need slime. We had the wheat farm down here from the last episode. I've moved the rest of the farms down here as well, so that they're not in the riverbed up on the surface anymore. So I've got potatoes growing now. I did get a potato off one of the zombies that attacked me while making the skeleton farm. And with the bone meal, I've been able to grow quite a large stock of potatoes. So you can see my food situation is pretty much sorted now. I've got baked potatoes for days, and they're a pretty decent food source. So that's probably what I'm going to be using for the time being. Also got a bit of nether wart going here as well. So just a very, very basic farm to begin with, just to build up my stocks. And as you can see, I've collected quite a bit already. In fact, now we've got more than a stack, and we've got heaps and heaps of goodies in this chest. But yeah, my storage is starting to get pretty full, so we will want to think about a storage system at some point. It's night time at the moment, so I'm going to wait until daytime, and then we'll head up to the surface. So another thing that you can see I've done down here is I've very, very basically begun planning out the spider spawner. As I say, this is still going to be a future project, but I wanted to get a basic idea of the kind of space that I would need for the spider farm. So I've somewhat marked out where the spawning area is going to be for each of these spiders. I've also used some polished diorite here to mark out the spots where you can see, I don't know if you can see the back spawner there, but we've got all 4 spider spawners spinning when we're on these 2 diorite blocks here. If I move off this block, you can see that one stops spinning. If I move over this side, that one stops spinning. So this is sort of our Goldilocks area, where we'll be able to get all of those spawners activated. So this is probably where we're going to stand once this XP farm is operational. One other thing I'm going to need to do is move the access point for the spawning labs down here. So at the moment, we just get up and down using a ladder, which, I mean, for one thing, it takes forever. So I definitely want to upgrade that. It's really painful having to climb up that elevator, or climb up the ladder, I should say. And then it does land right on top of this spawning area for this spider spawner. So I do want to move the ladder as well. So that's what this diorite block here is. I've sort of marked out with coordinates up on the surface where I'd like to have the new elevator. Here is where we currently drop down to get to the spiders and the skeleton, and here is the spot that corresponds with that diorite block down below. So I think that's where I'm going to have the new elevator to get up and down to the spider and skeleton farms. Now you can see I've also added a double chest down here with the hopper for the chickens, because they've started laying a huge amount of eggs there. And the final other thing that I've done since the last episode, as you can see, of course, we do have a lot of levels, but we've only got just the standard enchantment table to do like level 1 enchantments. We need some bookshelves, and so you can see I've got a pretty large collection of cows going now. I don't know if this is, oh wow, they're actually really loud. I'm going to stand back here a little bit. I don't know if this is going to be enough leather to get the 15 bookshelves that we need, so hopefully we can find a village today as well to make up the shortfall, but this should get us started. And to be honest, it was a real pain trying to find the cows to fill in this area here. One of the cows I did find very, very close to this place, which was really, really easy to get into these little makeshift paddocks. The other set of cows were quite a long ways away. So they were across the warm ocean that we found in the first episode. So finding them was fairly easy. I didn't have to travel too far, but getting them back here was an absolute nightmare. I definitely want to get some leads going, so that'll make it easier for us if we need to transport any passive mobs again in the future, because using the wheat, it does work, but it is a real headache to do, especially when you need to cross water. That makes it really difficult. And then once I finally got them back to my base area, I had to get them up on top of the hill so that I could get them to that first cow that I found. That was pretty difficult as well. It started raining while I was doing that too, just to make things even more difficult. And then it was nighttime as well, so I started getting attacked by all kinds of mobs, so zombies, creepers, skeletons, even started getting attacked by phantoms as well. So I kind of gave up on trying to deal with the mobs and the cows at the same time, had a sleep, and then that made the job a lot easier. And so then since then, I've been using the wheat farm down in the skeleton area, plus the bones, of course, to build up my wheat. And yeah, I've been breeding these cows. So we need to kill them, see how much leather we get, and yeah, hopefully it's enough for our bookshelves. So one of the other things that was suggested that I try out, one of the new features, is the offhand feature. I want to see if this works. See if it's a little bit cruel, but yeah, that'll actually work. That'll get the cows nice and close to me, and that helps with the killing. That's crazy. I love it. Okay, and so after all of that, we ended up with a bunch of raw beef, which will be also really good for helping out with the food situation. I've also made 47 leather. Now, I know we need 1 leather per book, we need 3 books per bookshelf, and we need 15 bookshelves. So I believe that means, if my maths is serving me correctly, that means we should only need 45 leather. So we should now have enough for our bookshelves. So I'm going to go ahead and make that all up, and we had way more sugarcane than we need. Perfect. And so now we've got 15 bookshelves, so I'm going to head down and make ourselves a proper enchanting table, so now we can start getting some proper tools. Okay, that should do. So if I get something enchantable like these books, perfect. Yeah, so it does go up to level 30, so I am going to need some of the blue stuff. So we're also going to need yeah, some other stuff to enchant, not just the books. So you can see I've got 9 diamonds, which I collected between the last episode and now. I think we'll go for, let's try a pick. Also go for a sword. I'd love to get a looting sword. That'd be amazing for taking on those wither skeletons in particular. And maybe a bow. I think a bow would be really cool too. So let's grab one of these unenchanted but fully repaired bows. Fortune would be nice, but I want to get Fortune 2 or Fortune 3 at least. So I think we'll go for Power 4 for our first enchantment. That's actually a pretty good bow. I'm quite happy with that. Would have been nice to get Flame or something, but and we don't need Infinity because we've got so many arrows. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that bow. Let's see what else we can get. Okay, so that's not a great sword. Fire aspect's nice, Unbreaking's nice, Smite not so much. Sharpness would have been better, but it certainly beats this piece of junk. Yeah, I think Fortune 2 on the pick will be a good option too. Yeah, Fortune 2, Efficiency 4. Really nice pick. Would be good to get Silk Touch or something, but this will help. I haven't been mining redstone or those kind of blocks in my world just because I didn't want to waste it before I got some Fortune, so now I can start mining that kind of stuff. Never hurts to get a Feather Falling book, so I'll take that. And the rest of the enchantments are kind of garbage at the moment. I might try another pick as well. Might need a little bit more wood for that. So again, hopefully we can get Silk Touch or something nice like that. Breaking's not really what I want. But maybe we'll get lucky and get a fancy enchantment with it. Oh, okay, that was a really good pick. Efficiency 4, Unbreaking 3, Fortune 3. Okay, so that's now going to be a backup here, the Efficiency 4, Fortune 2. And, yeah, I'll get Respiration. Alright, so now that we've got some enchanting done and we've got a decent little enchanting nook over there, the next thing that I want to do is go and try and find some slime and have a bit of an explore around our world, see what we can find. So I'm looking for villages would be nice if we can find a village nearby, because villages are pretty OP once you get a villager trading hall going. Swamp biome would be nice as well to get some slimes and just see what else we've got around the area that would be of interest. Now I think the easiest way to explore the area is going to be by horseback, and we do have these horses really close by. I actually really like the black horses as well. They're my favorite color of horse. So I think he doesn't like me at the moment. Is it sugar? I think we need sugar for these guys, and then maybe they like us. So I've got a little bit of extra sugar cane over here. I'm just going to grab some of this. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so now we've got to jump on top, and looks like he likes us. This guy's got a fair bit of health, so I think that's going to be a pretty good horse. We'll chuck the saddle on though, and just test him out. See if he's a fast horse. So how did we do that? There we go. Nah, he seems pretty slow. Lots of health though, so probably a battle horse is going to be what this guy will be. Yeah, it's very slow. What about jump height? Yeah, pretty crappy jumper as well. So yeah, not an amazing horse, but not bad for a first one. As I say, definitely this one's going to be like a combat horse, I think. So I'll take that stuff back. Another couple of black horses over here. This one's got socks and a white spot on his forehead. That's kind of cool. Really hungry for sugar though. Jeez. Okay, that's... Yep, he likes me now. Cool. Alright, now what about you? Are you fast? Yeah, he's a lot faster. Much faster. And what about jumping? Much better jumper too. Not quite as much health, but still a decent amount of health. So I think for now this is going to be a good option for exploring the area. Let's see what we can find. Alright, so there's a bit of a spruce forest here, and then through the spruce forest it looks like there might be plains over there. It's probably going to be a good spot to find a village. So I'll try and cut through the spruce forest without falling into any ravines. Like that one over there, or caves or whatever that is. Really not a fan of trying to travel through forests. Very difficult. There's some cows. Those would have been much better. Come on, horsey, through the water. They're a lot closer to my base than the other ones that I found. Got some cool flowers over there. That'll be good for dye. Not as much of a plains biome as I thought it was going to be. Thought it would be a bit more of an open area. Just looks like more forest in that direction, and as I said, I don't like exploring through forests, so I think that's as far as I'm going to go in this direction. Let's try the other way. Ooh, that's a bee. I haven't seen those guys yet. Let's check for a beehive over here. Oh, don't drown, horsey. You're good. Hey, Mr. Bee. Take me to your leader. Well, there's another one. Must be getting close. No beehives. There's a beehive over there. Oh, lots more flowers here. This is probably going to be a good spot to find a bee. Really good spot for dye as well. Man, look at all these flowers. Oh, there we go. And there's a beehive. Now, I don't really know what the deal with these things is. Can I just jump off the horse? Can I just grab the hive? Oh, okay. That's... They looked angry. I think I want to leave those guys alone now that I've destroyed their hive. I didn't get it though, so maybe I need like silk touch for that. There's more llamas over there. That's cool. Another beehive on top of that mountain there. So if I do need to get a beehive at some point, I know that I can go up there for one. It's a really cool area. Yeah, kind of bummed that I destroyed that other beehive, but yeah, as I say, I don't really know what they're good for. I know you can get honey blocks, and they're kind of like slime. Hey, Mr. Bee. Fat and happy with his pollen. Really good spot for dye, but it's not looking like a swamp here, which is the main thing that I'm looking for. So let's try another direction. Alright, so travelling in that direction was a bust, so I'm going to try this way now and see what I can find. It's a cool little pumpkin up in the mountain there. I might collect that later. I haven't seen any other pumpkins yet, so that'll be good to get some of those going for like underwater lighting until I get prismarine and all that kind of stuff. But we'll try over this way. Stay up on top of the mountains as well so we can get a good view of the area, see if we can spot any swamps. That looks like a shipwreck down there as well. I might explore that in a moment. Well, so nothing but more ocean in this direction. Well, the water looks kind of different over there in the distance, but not really swampy. Oh, ouch. Man, those are some precarious pigs. Well, it's a nice big open plains area here. This would be a really good spot to find a village. And yeah, there's a village over there. You can just see it over in the distance. That's a good sized village too. Might check that area out. Watch out for those holes though. Don't want to fall down and kill my horse. Yeah, lots of shallow water over there as well. This is probably going to be a good spot to find a swamp too. That'd be really cool if I could find a swamp right around this village. Oh, sorry, horse. Alright, now these villages, I haven't actually been... Oh, cool, Iron Golem. Haven't checked out the new villages either, so... Yeah, I mean, I don't know... There used to be the blacksmith, and that would be a really good spot to go to get some good items. Not seeing one, though. I'll have to protect these guys up, because I definitely... Oh, there's another village over there. That's really cool. It's like a spruce village. Yeah, I definitely don't want these guys dying to zombies or anything, so I'll need to put some sort of a fence around. Oh, that's cool. They got the campfires there as well. Let's check this village out. Is this even a village or is this like an encampment? Got some free armor as well. I'll take that. Oops. Thank you. Ow. Blast furnace. I don't know what that is, but I'm taking it. I'll take one of these campfires as well. I think I might need an axe for that. Oh, ooh. Don't know what this is, but I want it. Cartography table. Okay. That's new. Oh, they got a bell too. Now, I think you can ding that and then the villagers come running, yeah? Maybe there's no villagers in this village here. There's rabbits though. There's plenty of cats running around. Oh, there's a villager. Hey, Mr. Villager. Mason. Sorry, let me in. Stonecutter, I'll take that as well. Thank you. Yeah, I'll take those pumpkin seeds too, because I don't have any pumpkins yet. Is this guy like the village idiot or something, stuck in a barrel? Oh look, little baby villagers. That's so cool. Ah, silly rabbit. So, I thought these things might be like a feeding trough or something, but it looks like a playpen for the baby villagers. I like it. Very cool little quaint village, that one. Not a lot of stuff in it though, but I did get some new stuff, which will be cool to experiment with. But yeah, I'm going to check out this other village as well, see what there is for me to nick. Potion stand, yep, I'll take that. Good view from on top of the church here, but I'm still not seeing any swamp around, which is a little bit disappointing. Sun's about to go down though, so hopefully I can find a bed in this village and sleep through the night so these guys don't get mobbed. Yeah, sorry mate, opening your doors. There's another cartography table. I don't think I need that one though. I will take the compass. Haven't made one of those yet, and I'm a little short on redstone, so probably don't want to waste my redstone on making myself a compass. Alright, yeah, so there's nothing too interesting in this village here. Plenty of cartography tables, but I've already got one of those now. A little bit of paper, but not enough to trade with the villagers. There weren't even really any villagers with really good trades either, so not a bad village. It'll be good to get villagers and yeah, start breeding them up, but yeah, nothing too interesting here. So we'll keep moving on, see if we can find a swamp. So it was a lot of fun exploring around the area with my horse. Unfortunately, I didn't find a swamp for slime. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a slime chunk finder to look for any really good clusters of slime chunks around my base here. And we're just going to make a really basic slime farm to begin with, just so that I can get a few slime balls together and start making a few different contraptions. And we'll upgrade the slime farm in the future. So I'm just going to use this site here, chunkbase.com, with their slime finder app. It does say that it was updated a long time ago, 3 years ago, for Minecraft 1.12. Should still work though, fingers crossed. So all I need to do is enter my seed in here, which just used my name, which is nice and easy. And then I need to find an area pretty close to my base. So I've checked the coordinates. So you can scroll out to zoom out as well. So I'm around about negative 450 on the Z coordinate and at about 112 on the X coordinate. So round about here. There's a really good set of slime chunks here. So I think I'm probably going to use these 3 for my slime farm. So this gives us the X and Z coordinates that I'm going to need to clear out. And if we scroll down, there's some information here on how to use this as well. So it says here as well, slimes only spawn on layer 39 and below. So that gives us the Y coordinate as well. So those coordinates actually work out really well. So where I'm standing right now, this block here, 96 and 432, that's one of the corners of that triple slime chunk. It goes that way about 16 blocks, and then goes that way 3 chunks. So I think this here, or I mean maybe over somewhere this way, if we go to 112, 110, 11, 12, yeah, maybe this one here. This is probably going to be the best spot, nice and close to my base. Right here is going to be a good spot to go down to the slime chunks. So I've mined a 2x1 tunnel down to Y39. So this is the spot where slimes will begin spawning. But so we want to go a bit lower than this. I'm going to go down just far enough so that we're not quite on lava level though. And that'll be the height for our slime spawner. And that works out very nicely. So this this cave, it looks like we've already explored. This would probably be part of that first cave where I found the diamonds. And we can see some lava here. So I'm pretty close to lava level, I'd say. All right, and so here's lava level here. So we only want to dig down to Y11. So you can see I'm standing right on top of the lava, and my Y coordinate there is at Y11. So that's as far as I want to dig down. Okay, there we go. So I'm down to Y11 and I'm in the corner of my slime chunk. So now I'm going to clear out the area. So there's 3 chunks worth of slime spawning space. There were a couple of technical issues in the last episode that I want to address really quickly before we get started. So the first thing was that in the recording, at a couple of points, the recording did actually drop a few frames. Some people suggested I need to get a new computer, which to be honest, yeah, I absolutely do need to get an upgraded computer. That being said, the issue isn't my computer, it's actually the recording software. I'm not using Fraps anymore as that's not working with Windows 10. Now I'm using OBS Studio, which to be honest, it's great. It's a really good recording software. I'm enjoying it a lot. It's got some extra features that Fraps didn't have, such as I can pause the recording so that I can make like a cut while I'm recording, but it keeps it still as one video file. I thought that'd save me some time with doing my video recording, save me some editing time. However, I've noticed that it does drop some frames at the very start of the recording, so I'll be mindful of that going forward. Make sure that I don't catch any of that glitchiness. I also got a couple of comments in relation to the audio, so the game sounds. I've tweaked some of those features, so let me know if the audio sounds any better. I did listen to it on a couple of other devices and I wasn't able to hear any issue with the audio, but yeah, if you were one of the people that heard some issues with the audio last episode, definitely give this a listen, let me know what you think. And then finally, at the end of the episode, it did get cut off a little bit. That was a mistake that I made with the editing, so apologies for that. Alright, so I finally cleared out the area for the slimes to spawn. I've started growing some pumpkins as well because torches are going to lower the spawn rates for the slimes, but it looks like it's working already. We've got our first slime, only a little guy, but that does give me a few slime balls to start off with. So you can see I've mined out a 3-block tall area, the whole 3 chunk space. I've lit it up as well so that none of the other mobs can spawn. It's only slimes that'll be able to spawn here because they can spawn in full light. But these torches are going to lower the spawn rates for the slimes quite a bit, and they're a rare spawn as it is. So if I place jack-o'-lanterns in the floor, that'll keep the area lit so the other mobs can't spawn, but mobs can spawn on top of them, so the slimes will be able to spawn and it won't affect their rates at all. At the moment, these 2 pumpkins are really the only pumpkins I've got though, so it's going to take a while to get enough jack-o'-lanterns to fill up the area, but it's good to see that we're at least getting some slime balls from the farm here. It does mean that slime chunk finder does work still, which is good to see. But yeah, so that's a makeshift slime farm all good to go. as I say, just need to wait on some pumpkins now, just so I can boost the rates. Oh, there's another one. That actually didn't take too long for that one to spawn either. So even with the torches on the floor, and even without the caves around here being really explored, the rates actually don't seem too bad. And this is only one pad for the farm as well. I do eventually plan on making this a multi-pad farm. So it's yeah, going to be a pretty decent supply of slime balls here, which is nice. So I'll be able to start making sticky pistons and various different contraptions. Already got 6, and I think I already stashed one in the chest here as well. What I'm probably going to do, just because I do want to still use the jack-o'-lanterns in the floor to boost the rates, I think I'm going to dig myself a little viewing room here. I'm going to grow some pumpkins in this room. I'll have just a couple of glass blocks so I can see out, and I'm going to do some editing and some other productive stuff around the house while I wait for some of these jack-o'-lanterns to grow and some more slimes to spawn, just to build up my slime ball collection. Okay, and so with these few pumpkins here, I now have a full stack of pumpkins. So that's enough to get started with replacing the torches here on the floor. I have collected a few slime balls while waiting for those pumpkins to grow. 25, I mean, it's not a huge amount, but it's enough to get me started. I was going to make myself an infinite water source here as well, because I used up my water bucket to make this little safe drop here. And as I was digging out, I found a vein of iron. Kept on going, there was coal, more iron, and now diamonds as well. I don't know how many diamonds are here. The moment I saw the ore block here, I thought I'd leave it there and mine it while you lot were all watching. Especially now that we've got the fortune pick. Let's see how many diamonds we get. 12 diamonds. Very, very nice. Okay, so now that I've got the pumpkins all grown up, I don't think I've got enough to fill the entire area, but I've got enough to get started, so I'll get going. Oh yeah, I forgot that they made this change. I can't just make a jack-o'-lantern out of a pumpkin anymore. You actually need to shear the pumpkin. So that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, so it turns out I overdid it with the pumpkins just a little bit. I've still got 34 jack-o'-lanterns, and I've replaced all of the torches with pumpkins. As I was doing this, I actually had a few slime spawn as well, so I got a couple more slime balls. So we'll see how that affects the rates. I'm not going to spend too much more time down here though. I've got pretty much enough slime balls to do what I wanted to do for the rest of today's episode. So for now, we'll head up. But yeah, I think that's going to improve the rates quite a bit. I've gone and made the upgrades that I was talking about, and I got to tell you, that really did scratch my redstone itch. So you can see one of the upgrades over here. I've added a second killing chamber. So when mob cramming starts kicking in here, it'll open up the second chamber and vice versa. So that way I can have twice as many skeletons build up for XP while I'm doing other things around the base. I've added a 3x3 piston door. I actually watched a tutorial by Mumbo Jumbo for this one, so I'll link that in the description. And added a couple of extra features here as well. So I've got an on-off for the water system on the spawning pad, and I've got a really slick looking maintenance access door here, which I think is really cool. Shuts off the water and opens up a path, as well as acting as a stair up to the pad. So just in case I need to change the walls or do any sort of maintenance in here. And so shuts off, turns the water back on. I think that looks really cool. Turn the water back on there. And of course, we've got lighting to enable the spawns. I think that's going to do it for today's episode, everyone. So I hope you enjoyed watching today. Thanks so much for giving this a watch. Hope you're looking forward to the next episode as much as I'm looking forward to making it. But for now, my name's Static, and I'll see you in the next video.